Going back to the post for November 12th on Mark13News.com, the United Nations continues to experience a budget crisis while the UN Agency for Palestine Refugees has run out of money. The UN may close the year with greater arrears than in 2019 amid cash crisis, says an article from SputnikNews.com, which also says in October the Secretary General announced that the United Nations is facing a severe budget crisis, which in my opinion is the breaking of the great horn of the he-goat of Daniel chapter 8 verse 8. The he-goat being the shadow government of the Kenites, the sons of Cain, that goat-fig nation which is split into two warring factions, the multipolar globalists who have evidently risen up against the unipolar globalists. Nation shall rise against nation, as it's written in Mark 13, Matthew 24, and Luke 21, gradually breaking the great horn of the he-goat, which is the United Nations, and the First and Second World Wars being written of in Daniel chapter 11 and verses 5 through 12 resulted in the League of Nations, with the First World War, which you can read of in Daniel chapter 11 verses 16 through 19, and after World War II, the United Nations in 1945, when the third trumpet of Revelation chapter 8 began to sound, which lines up with the hidden dynasty of politics and is the one who sends a raiser of taxes you see in Daniel 11:20 when you more accurately translate the verse. Destroyed is the same word in the Hebrew is broken in Daniel chapter 8 verse 8. So once the one who sends the raiser of taxes is destroyed, which is the same thing as the breaking of the great horn of the he-goat, the four notable ones in Daniel chapter 8 verse 8, which are the same thing as the four beasts of Daniel chapter 7, will emerge at the woe of the fifth trumpet when the new world order comes into being, having 7 heads, which are 7 mountains, meaning the 7 continents of the planet Earth, and 10 horns, which are symbolic of 10 fallen angel kings, part of Daniel's exclusively supernatural fourth beast, which along with the lion, bear, and leopard make up the one world political system you can read of in Revelation 13, as well as Daniel chapter 11 and verses 21 through 30, with verse 31 being where the abomination that maketh desolate appears in Jerusalem at 666, Satan in his role of Antichrist, shortly after the deadly wound to the one world political system, which is when it becomes a one world religious system, beginning the 70 evenings that the 70 years in captivity to the Babylon of old were a type of, the last half hour, so to speak, of the 5-month-long hour of temptation, beginning when the king of Babylon of the end times appears in Jerusalem at the woe of the sixth trumpet. The true Christ won't return at all until the woe of the seventh trumpet, and as the true Christ says in the last verse of Mark chapter 13, what I say unto you, I say unto all, watch.